All right, let's get right into it. Look, if you want a real edge in crypto today, you've got to be faster, smarter, and way more efficient than everyone else. So today, we're going to break down the exact AI toolkit the pros are using to put their research on autopilot and jump on opportunities before the rest of the market even wakes up.
Does this sound familiar? You've got thousands of tokens, news breaking every single second, and a market that literally never ever sleeps. You're just constantly scrolling, trying to piece it all together, and you always feel like you're just one step behind. It's a total recipe for burnout.
And here's the thing, you're not going crazy. You're right. The old way of doing things, manually grinding through charts and news feeds, is officially broken. The sheer speed and the amount of noise out there has made it basically impossible for any one person to keep up.
I mean, this contrast really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you have the old way. It's slow, it leads to emotional decisions based on FUD or FOMO, and you just miss things. But on the other side, the AI-powered approach is lightning fast, it works for you 24/7 without getting tired or emotional, and can spot patterns the human eye would just never catch.
Okay, so how do we actually build this automated system? Well, it all has to start with a rock-solid foundation of professional-grade data. And for that, we're going to turn to our first tool, Messari.
Seriously, you should think of Messari as the Bloomberg terminal for the crypto world. We're not just talking about price data here. This is a deep vault of institutional quality analytics, on-chain metrics, governance proposals, the whole shebang. This is where the really serious players get their information.
And this is where the automation magic really kicks in. You're not just passively reading reports, you're setting up custom alerts for your watch lists and using its API to pump that data wherever you need it. You can even use its AI to automatically sniff out the next big narrative, like AI coins or RWAs, before they start trending. See? Messari transforms from a passive library into an active intelligence agent, working for you around the clock.
Now here's a serious pro tip for you. Take all that dense, high-quality info from Messari's reports and just feed it directly into an AI like ChatGPT. What you get back is this incredible, super fast summary of the market. It's a massive, massive time saver.
So with our data foundation locked in, we now need to get a feel for the market structure and, its real-time vibe. This is where we bring in a really powerful duo, CoinGlass and Grok AI.
First up, CoinGlass. This tool is basically your X-ray vision into the derivatives market. It lets you see all the critical stuff, like liquidations, funding rates, and open interest. In short, it shows you exactly where the risk is building up and where the big money is placing its bets.
And here's how you put it on autopilot. You can set up alerts for these huge liquidation events, anything over $10 million, which are often signs of a market turning point. You can watch for crazy funding rates to see if sentiment is getting too extreme. It's kind of like having a sixth sense for the market's internal plumbing.
All right, now for the other half of this power couple, Grok AI. Its superpower is its direct, real-time access to the absolute fire hose of data on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. It can analyze public sentiment and spot trends way faster than anything else because it's tapped right into the source of the crypto conversation. So you can literally just ask it stuff like, what are traders saying about Solana today? And boom, you get an instant summary. You can use it to scan for FUD, for controversies, or any red flags that might hit your portfolio. This is how you spot those narrative shifts before they show up in the price. And this is where you really see the synergy. CoinGlass gives you the quantitative truth, the cold hard numbers on liquidations and funding. But Grok AI, that delivers the qualitative vibe, the social sentiment, the hype, the influencer chatter. You absolutely need both to get the full picture.
Which leads us to this essential pro tip. You pair the vibe that you're getting from Grok with the hard truth you're getting from Messari's fundamental data. When that social hype actually lines up with strong on-chain metrics, well, that's when you know you might be onto something really big.
Okay, so we have our foundational data from Messari, and we've got our finger on the market's pulse with CoinGlass and Grok. But how do we tie it all together? Well, let's bring in the final piece of the puzzle, ChatGPT, which is going to act as our AI orchestrator.
Now, it's super important to understand, ChatGPT isn't the source of the data, it's the brain that processes it all. It's like the ultimate research assistant that takes all the inputs from our other tools and makes sense of them. It turns all that raw noise, alerts, chatter, market data into a clear signal you can actually use.
And this is where things get insanely powerful. You can get it to automatically whip up a daily research briefing for you using all your data feeds. You can ask it to generate strategic analysis on market trends,
or even get it to write custom PineScript code for your TradingView indicators. It becomes an active partner in your process.
So we have all the tools, but how does this actually look in practice? Let's put it all together into a ridiculously simple 5-minute daily workflow that anyone can start using. Here it is. It's so simple. Step 1, a quick check of your Masari alerts from overnight. Step 2, a quick scan of CoinGlass to see the market structure. Step 3, a quick query on Grok to check the social vibe on your key assets. And finally, Step 4, you feed all those inputs into ChatGPT and just ask for a prioritized action plan for the day. That's it. 5 minutes to get a professional-grade read on the market.
Now, implementing a system like this gives you a true professional edge, but gaining that edge also means you have to manage it responsibly. So let's talk about the key risks and best practices here.
Look, with great power comes great responsibility. You have to remember, AI is here to amplify your judgment, not replace it. You always maintain human oversight for the final call. You secure read-only API keys, constantly backtest your strategies, and never, ever let automation control your entire risk management. You're still the boss.
But ultimately, when you combine Masari's deep data, CoinGlass's market insights, Grok's real-time sentiment, and ChatGPT's ability to synthesize it all, you start operating at a level that, until recently, was pretty much reserved for elite hedge funds. This toolkit really does democratize access to pro-grade intel.
And that leaves us with one final thought. The crypto market is a game of speed and information. It rewards those who know, understand, and act first. With a system like this at your fingertips, the question isn't, can you keep up anymore? The question is, will you choose to lead the pack?